Hefty's the name, shiny hunting's my game. Gotta catch 'em all, nothing's ever the same. With my trusty football, I'm always on the spree. No shiny can escape, they all come to me. Shiny after shiny, it's never enough. I'm on a quest, and it can get rough. From Pallet Town to Johto and beyond, I'm the shiny hunter, the bond is strong. I've got 'em all, every shiny you can name. Kanto region, Johto region, I've conquered the game. Hefty is the king, the one who never quits. Caught him twice, now that's the real deal. No tricks. No tricks. I conquered the game. Hefty's the king, the one who never quits. Caught him twice, now that's the real deal. No tricks.
What is going on? Happy Sunday, everybody. What is up, Kiro, Mighty Munchkin, Anne Marie, Big Cheese Thrifts, Nightbot? What's up, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. I have some good news. Actually, I have a lot of good news. One, I was able to get the third Gibble yesterday, like the third Gibble spawn, and I ended up getting a shiny Gibble yesterday. I did end up getting a shiny Gibble. You see it right there. And I caught it. So now I really want to get another one. I have not been able to figure out how to get the third Gibble spawn again today. So now we only have 2 Gibble spawns, but that's okay. We still got a chance. So we're going to try and get that. We're going to try and get Charmander and Tepig after that. The other thing is I went to the store yesterday. And as you can see in the bottom underneath the game screen, it says $2 equals I eat gross candy. That's because I not only bought the last box of Bean Boozled at the candy store, I also bought something called Toxic Waste Nuclear Fusion Hazardously Sour Candy. So we got those. And most importantly, I bought Tums. So we should be good to go. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I want to see if we can get this Gibble. Hopefully we can get this quick, and then we can jump right over to the Charmander and Tepig. You love Toxic Waste? Nice, Loops. Yeah, I had one last night just to try it out to make sure I wouldn't die. And yeah, kind of interesting. These ones have 2 different flavors. Like there's the first flavor, and then after you're chewing on it for a while, you get a different flavor, which is kind of cool. So we got that going on. But first, we gotta get this Gibble. I also bought what I thought were like really spicy candies. They didn't have any like candies that were like marketed as like really spicy, but they did have like a tub of like I forget what they were called, but they sounded pretty spicy, and so I bought like half a pound of them. And when I got home, I tried one. It's basically an atomic fireball, which is still cool. I like atomic fireballs, but it's nothing. It's nothing too crazy. So we're going to do this fast travel for the next 6 minutes. and then we'll check, see if we got a Gibble spawn. We'll keep doing that every 10 minutes. How was everybody's Saturday? Did anyone participate in Community Day? And if so, did you have any luck? I didn't really need to participate, but, you know, I just clicked on a few spawns as I was driving around. And I did get a shiny Shelmet. However, it was a terrible one, so I just got rid of it. Got the candy. I had to avoid some your canker sores from your medication. Aw, dang. I'm sorry, Kiro. I used to get those a bunch when I was a kid. I was thinking about that the other day. You might have mentioned it, actually. I was thinking about that the other day. I used to get much when I was a kid, but I haven't had one of those in a very, very long time. You got a shiny Quaxley before the boost, Anne-Marie. That's incredible. Congratulations. The real test is Papa sour and spicy. I might try that at some point just to check it out. Got a Solosis bomb and no shiny. You did get a shiny Palmy and shiny Rawl. It's very nice. Yeah, I'm hopefully going to get my 3 shiny Quaxley and 3 shiny Solosis this afternoon. Razzie with the 32 months of membership. What's up, Raz? Congratulations again on the Shalfa Electrike. That thing is huge. I was not expecting it to be that big. Slowpoke. In case anyone's wondering, I am, in fact, wearing my Grinch socks. What's up, Jerry? Eat bean. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Razzie. Eat bean. I will eat a bean. Very first bean of the box. Let's see what we get here. Oh, goody. It's my old... Oh, good news. First off, I just saw a black bean. The last box did not have any black beans, so we will be trying either burnt rubber or licorice later. But the first bean is either pear or booger. Let's see what we got. Booger. There's booger. So happy I bought the Tums. What's up, Jerry? You had friends Christmas last night and the party starts winding down and such. We're all thinking it's super late. It was 11:15. 11:15 is late. What are you talking about? My goodness, I can't remember the last time I was up until 11:15. Oh. Oh no. Oh, Kiro. Sweetheart. No. But okay. That is 5 beans. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to eat 5 beans. That's what I'm going to do. Ah, but thank you. Let's get some hype for Kiro. Alright, first one we're going to eat is the black one. So this is either burnt rubber or licorice. It's burnt rubber. Which is weird. It's not good, but it's not horrible. It's like standing in a tire store. What's up, Bulba King? Nothing beats barf. That is true. Alright, this one is... I think this is dead fish or strawberry banana. Don't lick your tire discounters. They don't appreciate it. Dead fish. Yeah, fantastic breakfast. Remember, guys, you can also choose the toxic waste. That is always an option. Don't forget. That one is a sucker. So if you do want to do the toxic waste, don't do like big, like $10 donos. That's definitely a $2 dono because that'll take a little bit. All right. Then there's this one. See it? That is Stinky Socks or Tutti Frutti. Stinky Socks. That's 4 bad ones in a row. And not only did I get the beans, I got this toxic waste, nuclear fusion, hazardously sour candy. And they have 2 flavors, as you can read here. So like it starts off one flavor, and then as you suck on it, it becomes another flavor. Yes, Slowpoke, they do. They do taste exactly like the McDonald's socks. Alright, here's another pear or booger. Thanks again, Kiro. That's a booger. That's 5 in a row. I'm not even making this up. Literally every bean's been bad. Double dip with the donut, bean and toxic? Sure. I'd actually prefer that. Alright, and this last one. This is one of those I honestly can't tell what it is. I honestly can't tell what it is. It doesn't look enough like any of the options. This is a mystery bean. What's going on, Eric? Is it possible to shiny hunt Mewtwo not in this game? The Mewtwo in this game, the mystery gift Mewtwo, is shiny locked. I think that's Stink Bug. Busy, that's a question I've always wanted to know, but I don't think I want to know the answer. On first break, drinking a Red Bull. Red Bull at 6 in the morning, nothing finer. Nothing finer on a Sunday morning. Good morning, Busy. All the baddies are on top, I think so. Watermelon Red Bull, nice. Alright, this isn't even for a dono. I just gotta... In preparation, I gotta drop a Tums. Alright, let's check to see if we got any shiny Gibbles. Not shiny. That's a shiny Drillbur. Ooh, that's an alpha, but not shiny. Now we got 2 Drillburs. That means that we got a shiny Drillbur. We did get a shiny technically. Because there was only 1 shiny Drillbur. But I can't catch it. Not now. Ugh. So I picked up Metroid Prime 4 yesterday, and I fired it up, and I played it from about 3 o'clock until about 10 o'clock, and now I want to play it more. The coffee tastes real fun. Honestly, I can't even taste the coffee right now. All I taste is horror and Tums. Do I do trades? I don't do trades per se, Chaos, but I do giveaways. In fact, if you stick around, we will do some giveaways probably within the next half hour or so. I have to give away a bunch of Shalfas, and then I also have, I think, six or seven starters, not alpha, but just starters. I have a Bulbasaur, a few Totodile, and a few Squirtle. Versus Prime Remaster. I mean, the graphics are definitely better than the Prime Remaster. But as far as the game itself, I'd say it's right on par with the Prime Trilogy. I'm really enjoying it. I got my bike last night. I got the bike that was in all the trailers and everything. That's pretty cool. It's definitely the biggest Metroid map yet. Now, from what I've seen, and I'm sure this will change as I go further because I'm not that far in yet, it's like the overworld map is pretty sparse from the sections I've seen so far, but I mean, as far as like total area, it's definitely by far the biggest map. Might want a Bulbasaur. I've been trying to get a shiny Venusaur. Nice. Well, stick around, and if you get in, you can grab that Bulbasaur from me. I know when you got a booger bean stuck in your teeth. I did not get anything new from Zone 20 overnight, which was disappointing. I actually had to reset over an Alpha Raichu, which was sad. Exactly, Amory. Very ew. Yeah, Booger Bean's the worst. Well, no, Barf Bean is the worst, but Booger Bean is not far behind. I think Barf Bean is by far #1 worst. Second place might be a tie between Booger and Dead Fish. Which should really just be called rotting fish, right? Because you typically don't eat a lot of live fish. Unless you're Gollum. The barf one actually made me gag a couple weeks ago. Swimming pool locker room flavor, that one is weird and not good, but it's not terrible. That's the old bandage. It's not an enjoyable flavor, but it's not something that like makes me feel sick. I'm a fish. I could be. Used to have a dog food one that was equally bad. Ugh, I don't think I would like that. Yeah, I was surprised. This is the very last box of Bean Boozled they had. Hopefully they'll get in another... I mean, I'm sure there's probably another box like back in storage. They just haven't pulled it out yet. And I was surprised they didn't have any like... Because they had, like, all the novelty candies, right? Like, they had all the candies that were, like, you know, ridiculously sour and all that. And obviously they had, like, the Bean Boozled. They didn't have any candies that were, like, spicy. Least favorite, the original was coconut. What's up, Mewtwo? They just keep a singular box of... No, you know what I mean. A box, like a... Whatever you call it. Like, a box of boxes. Because each box probably has, like, 20 packs. Case, yes, case. That's what I mean. Boogers are better than coconut, according to Mewtwo. Oh, look, you know... I can't justify Mewtwo's opinion, but I can respect it. You haven't tried the booger one? You don't want to. It's so hard to describe even. I can't even tell you what it tastes like. New Wonder Pick event in Pocket? Ooh! Is it new promo cards or what? Or is it sneak peeks? A palette of Bean Boozle. I would like that. Ooh, Drip Blim, okay. That seems to be like back-to-back Wonder Pick events, right? Because didn't we just have the what was it? There was 2 cards, now I can't remember what they were. I think one was a fire and one was a water. Yes, Psyduck and what was the other one? Torchic, that's it. Yeah, that was like this week, even. Like just a couple days ago, I think it was still going on. You didn't even finish the Psyduck Wonder Pick event? Oh no, Slowpoke. What even the heck? You're gonna have to wait until next November and get it in the 2-year anniversary. Magikarp Gyarados in a holiday background, coin, playmat, sleeves, etc. Oh, that's cool. Alright, let's do another check. See if we got anything. We know there's 2 shiny Drillbur here, but we're looking for a shiny Gible. That's not shiny. That's a Drillbur. That's not shiny. That's a Drillbur. That's a Gible. And that's not shiny. Oh, I need to update the command too. Jerry, can you do me a favor, Jerry? Just because I don't want to stop what I'm doing here. Jerry, can you do me a favor? Drop !ZA and then edit the command to take out Gible. Team right now is Lucario, Mewtwo, and Greninja. That's a good team. Yeah, so change it to final 9 shinies and take out Gible. Please and thank you. I updated the counter here, but I forgot to update the command. Also, that 209 could actually be a 210, but I need to get with Razzie and grab a sachet from him so I can evolve my Spritzee into Aromatisse, and I just keep forgetting. And whenever I think about it, it's when Razzie's at work. Raytheon Gigabyte. My goodness, Jerry. That had to have been on purpose. Leave it. It's funny. Oh, but you forgot to put in the command. Come on, Jerry. Exclamation point edit com space exclamation point ZA. There you go. I like it. All right, we're gonna do this until it's 9:23 for me right now. 9:23 is the time on my clock, and on the Hoot Hoot clock. It's 9:23. When it hits 9:30, we're gonna check to see if we got any Gible, and even if we didn't, we're gonna do some giveaways. So that's in 7 minutes. If you want a free Shalfa or Shiny Starter, get your game ready. Make sure you're connected to the internet. Make sure that your subscription to Nintendo Switch Online is up to date. Hurts to see your goat become washed, right? It does hurt. Oh, washed goat. Geez, are you off work today or are you on a break? Mega Evolve Rayquaza because it boosts 4 spawns? Does it really? Which 4? Because I can do that. That's one of the few I can Mega Evolve. Off work, thank God you couldn't work today. It would be a disaster. I tell you what, the candy store that I went to yesterday is right next door to the GameStop, which is right across the street from the Walmart. And after I got the game and the candy, I was like, okay, I need to get Tums. And for half a second, I thought, okay, well, I'll just go across the street to Walmart and grab Tums. And then I looked at the parking lot and the people that were walking in and out of Walmart, and I was like, heck no, I'm not going over there. Not on a Saturday 3 weeks before Christmas. Solosis, Rookidee, Pick-a-Pick, and Jangma. Oh, okay, good, because I need Solosis. Thanks for that Slowpoke. I'll have to do that. Flabebe 2, you saw a ton of them. I wish they would do all 5 flavors of Flabebe today, because I still need 2 shiny blues, and I need 3 shiny reds. More candy, a bit of extra XP. Nice. Thank you all for the 11 or 12 likes. I don't know what it says on your guys' side. We are very close to hitting our like goal. Walmart's its own treat. Oh my gosh. I can't do it. Not around this time. Not around this time of the year. But when I picked up the Tums from my local grocery store, I also grabbed a pallet of water. Not a pallet, but like a pack. I'll tell you what, that is a great freaking deal. I mean, I have personal issues with paying for water in the first place, but there's store brand. It's wild. 24 pack for $3.29. 35 pack for $3.49. It's wild. What's up, Mia? Happy Sunday. One started yesterday while extremely fruitful is a hellscape. Yeah, I would imagine that'd be pretty bad too. Alright, everyone that wants a free Shalfa or free shiny starter, make sure you're all ready to go, because in 3 minutes we're going to check, see if we get the shiny Gible. And then we're going to do some giveaways. Everybody takes swings at you? Take swings at you? You should call the police. Probably a filter picture is probably less expensive and more effective. I mean, that's very true, Billy. It is. Brothers are the police, and they're awful too. Well, then call different police. I mean, if someone's going to take swings at you, you certainly should contact the authority. First immersive on the set in your main account after 180 packs. Congratulations, Mewtwo. Burble swings. Ah, gotcha. Well, then just don't let them come over. I'm not ready to go back to States. Here in Italy, a 2-liter bottle of water is like 20 cents, and a pack of 6 2 liters. It's like cents to maybe 80 cents to $1, $2, depending on the brand. That's pretty good, Kiro. That's very good. We hit the like goal? Well, then I guess we need a new like goal. Someone wants to drop a like goal of 25? Oh, gotcha. Okay. So, yeah, they own the house. Then, yeah, I guess there's not really much you can do. Find a new place. "14 days is not a lot of time to find a new place, though, if you haven't found one yet." Thank you, Mighty Munchkin. All right, let's check to see if we got any Gibble, and then we're gonna do some giveaways. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Mia. I hope you are able to find a new place to live. Oh my gosh, Hero with the $2 dono. Toxic waste. Let's see how it is. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. All right. Let's pop this open. All right, we got one. Okie dokie. Shelf of Gardevoir, nice. All right, this is banana and blueberry. How's my sour tolerance? Okay, plus I got Tums here. So it's going to start off tasting like banana, and that's going to switch to blueberry. So it's just like a little sucker candy. I don't know how they made banana taste sour, but they did. They made banana taste very sour. It might be the birth bean reaction. It's so much better though than the barf bean. It's just it puckers you right up. Chem look like a pro. Chem is a pro. Now here's the thing. In a couple minutes, I'm gonna reach the blueberry layer, and that's gonna be another batch of sour. All right, let's do this. 5170 5170. Yeah, Anne-Marie, if you can get past the sour taste, like the sour powder or whatever, the flavors are actually really good. All right, let's see if we can find a trade partner. All right, we got somebody. We got Mighty Munchkin. All right, Mighty Munchkin. Here are your options. Here we go. So everything from the Fletchinder to the Salamence is Shelfa. The bottom row is starters. And then the Numel, two Sandiles, and Machop are just things that we caught yesterday. Eating something sour also helps stop anxiety attacks? Oh, I didn't know that. Take a Squirtle? You got it. Spare Shelf of Glaceon just so you have to transfer it? Slowpoke, don't you dare. That's so mean. Chaos, are you able to jump in? Big back Diggersby. I'll enjoy getting rid of that Diggersby. Oh, there's the blueberry. The good thing is, with the second round, Like that's what that's when you finish it up, so it doesn't last as long. But yeah, that's interesting. Really, really sour, good tasting candy, and then the last bit's really sour again. You're welcome, Mighty Munchkin. All right, let's get somebody else in here. Whew. All right, we got Footmaster. Who's Footmaster? That's you, Chaos? All right, let's get you that Bulbasaur. Some of your garbage, I'm going to trash it anyway. So this is what the U.S. did with all the nuclear waste from the Cold War? Exactly. Thank you for the Venipede. Master Shredder. Yeah, Master Shredder, I guess, technically would be the Foot Master. Good call. Chernobyl can't be contained due to drone strikes. Ooh, that's not good. I know, what was it, a couple years ago, with the whole Russia-Ukraine war, there was some really scary stuff going on around Chernobyl. And then, from what I understood, like that was kind of taken care of. But yeah, if it's an issue again, that's scary, especially for our European friends. I honestly don't know if it would directly impact us this far west or east, I guess depending on how you're looking at it, but I know for Europe it'd be pretty bad. All right, Anne-Marie, you know the drill by now. What you want? So what you want? Hope Chernobyl will die down soon. I hope so too, buddy. Sylveon, you got it. Portal to the Upside Down is? You know, I'm kind of surprised they didn't tie that in somehow, now that you mentioned that. Maybe they thought that would just be, like, you know, too far. Like, a little too soon. I heard that they're planning on reopening 3 Mile Island. That affects me a little bit more. That affects me and Tyler a little bit more if they reopen 3 Mile Island. And probably Razzie. Nice Beastie Boy reference. Thank you, Busy. Yeah, definitely more me, but I think it could still possibly affect you. All right, we're gonna keep going. Whoops, no, not nearby players. I hate it when I do that. Is that where I hid the bodies? Sure. Yes, I hid the bodies at 3 Mile Island when I was like -8 months old. Your toes throbbing. Uh-oh. No, even more than that. It was 3 Mile Island was a year and 4 months before I was born. 16 months before I was born. I let the bodies hit the floor. That's right. What's up, Dreamcaster? How do you negative life? I don't know. I don't know. I need someone to explain it to me, actually. All right, looks like we might be done with trades for right now, which is totally fine. Oh, a Dreamcaster. Is that Chrissy? What's up, Chrissy? I'm not that old. 3 Mile Island was literally 14 months before I was born. All right, let me go ahead and clean this out real quick so there's no confusion later on. And I'm also going to move these two down here. We'll move these over here. Uh-oh. There we go. Alright, so now there's no confusion. Everyone understands. Bup, 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 bup. 11, the nice Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 when Shredder yells their babies, right? Sick with a bit of a cold. I'm sorry to hear that. We've lived a lot of interesting history. We have. You thought the etching of the first cave paintings was 3 months before I was born. There's your one, Cheese. There's your one. Oops. All right. Let's keep at it. I do have the overload ready to go for Charmander and Tepig once we get this Gible. I just want to get this one out of the way. I'm so sick of Gible. And I'm not looking forward to eventually trying to get the alphas. Technically, I should get 2 more Gible. Because I have a Shalfa Garchomp, but not a regular shiny Garchomp. It's probably about all you can muster. Good. Good. Is Togetic the official pronunciation of Togetic? I don't know. If you look at Togepi and Togekiss, Togetic makes the most sense. But I have heard people say Togetic. White Russians with a mix of eggnog and half is amazing. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Here's my thoughts, Jerry. I don't care what the official pronunciation is. I always go with the pronunciation that makes the most sense. Like Skiddo instead of Skidoo. Skidoo makes no sense. Elumize instead of Elumize. Elumize makes no sense. Arceus, no. If anything, it should be Arceus. What's up, John Struckert? Like Deus. Deus Ex Machina, Arceus Ex Machina. You say Togetic? Togetic? That's weird. No, but I mean, it's Togepi, it's Togekiss, Togetic makes the most sense. Alright, what do you think is going to shine first, guys? Gible, another Drillbur, a Sandile, or Machop? Pecan or Pecan? I say Pecan. I say pecan, like pecan pie. I'm from the south. Gible. Ooh, I wish that was shiny. You flip them depending on context. I do that with Route and Root. The ways of shiny hunting Charmander. So there is a way to overload the spawns where Charmander and Tepig show up. and that way is going to be very complicated to explain over the stream. But just look up. I think Osiris has a video about it. I think Panfro Gaming has a video about it. I think Papa Hefe has a video about it. Just look up overloading Charmander, overloading fire starters. I can't remember what they refer to it as. But it basically, there's like, I'm not going to give you the in-depth details, but the gist of it is there's a section of Area 20 where there's 4 possible zone spots. And those 4 possible zone spots can either be Lucario, Hippowdon, Tepig, or Charmander. And you want to overload those so you end up getting all 4 spawns. And when you do that, you'll be guaranteed 1 spawn for each of those 4. You're the Starter, Twisted Fire Starter. That was a great album. I like the Prodigy. Was it The Prodigy or was it just Prodigy? I can't remember. But they had some good songs. Firestarter, Breathe. Slap my friend up. What's up, Froakie? Good to see you. Froakie, guess what I bought yesterday? I couldn't hold out any longer. Trying to eat your steak, it hurts your canker sore, but so good. I'm so sorry to hear that, Kiro. Have you been able to get like any sort of like antiseptic ointment? I can't remember what. Like I said, I used to have those when I was a kid, and I remember there's some sort of like, there's like a little bottle with like a swab like attached to the lid, and you could like rub that on it. Think I'll love it? Oh, I'm loving it so far, Froakie. I just got my my bike last night. That was like, I got the bike and I left that area, and now I'm just kind of like zooming around the desert. That's where I'm at. Rinsing with salt water, that's also good. Both you and me lost your mothers this year. Yeah, that is unfortunate, Chrissy. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's pretty dope. Yeah, and Anne Marie lost her father-in-law. It's been rough for some people this year. Absolutely. All right, we're gonna do this for another 3 minutes and check the spawns. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. And thank you for the 18 likes. Story so far, rating out of 11, because you know you don't rate things out of 10. I don't really rate things in general, but I mean, I'm still very early into the game, but so far the story seems decent. I don't really know what's happening yet. We've been jump scared a few times. I believe that. There's already been a couple times, Froakie, where I've been like, okay, I'm about to go into this room, and I know as soon as I walk in this room, something bad's going to happen. Like, Joyce with the 35 months. Dear friend, love you very much. That is all. Joyce, thank you so much for the 35 months of membership. Let's get some hype in the chat. Also, Joyce, thank you for the amazing coffee mug. I want to show you guys. Like, here's a perfect example. This happened last night. Perfect example. When you walk into a room and you see that, you know stuff's about to go down. You know as soon as you step off of that ledge and go towards the center, you're in trouble. Are you going for 100% completion? Of course I am. If I don't go for 100% completion, what's even the point? So I had a little bit of a freak out yesterday. And I'll say this without being spoilery. There's a fairly early on boss battle. And when you go to scan him, it says there's interference and you can't scan it properly. And I'm like, okay, so then I don't have to worry about that. And so then I'm battling him and everything, yada, yada, yada. And then I beat him. And afterwards, I'm thinking, you know, there was that one attack he did that when I countered that attack, he sat there like on his knees, like he was hurt. And like that was like the opening to like attack me and everything. I wonder if I could have scanned him then. Like, I wonder if there was a time during that battle I could have scanned him. And I freaked out. So before I went any further, Which game? Metroid Prime 4. Before I went any further, before I did anything, I jumped online and was like, are there any missable scans? And it gave me a list of the missable scans, and thankfully that was not one of them. That was not one. So I still don't know if I could have scanned him then, but I didn't need to scan him. Scan on these. Yeah, Razzie, you'll know it when you get to it. If you remember, I'd be curious to know if you can scan him. You'll know it because when the battle starts, you'll try and scan him, and it'll say there's interference. You've been scanning everything. Oh yeah, you have to. I think I'm at like 42% scans, which, not gonna lie, makes me a little nervous about the size of this game. Anyone else here in the Shiny Noise? Jeziolo, yes, you probably are. There are two Drillburs in here. But I can't KO them because I'll decrease my spawn points. But let's see if we got a Shiny Gible. Yep, there's a Shiny Drillbur. Oh, we got a Shiny Sandile again. We got a Shiny Sandile again. So if anybody thought we were going to get Shiny Sandile first, you were right. Still no Gible. Might be one of those things where you get front loaded that it starts crawling past 50%. It could be. I'm sure that's probably the case. Alright, let's go ahead and catch the Sandile. Why not? I mean, we only have like 2 Sandile right now. Shelf a Totodile spawned free last night. Congratulations, Froakie. That's incredible. I'm not at all jealous. I still don't have any Shelf of starters. Alright, we got the Shiny Sandile. Jerry saying calm. Anybody else want to pop in some nature guesses? Remember, if you guess the nature, you get to nickname the Shiny. We got Naive. I'm going to let you guys guess for a little bit. How do you Shalfa Hunt and Alpha Magikarp? All you got to do is fast travel to Zone 2. Just keep traveling to Zone 2 over and 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 over. We got Relaxed, Serious, Bashful, Brave, Rash, Brave, Void, Bold, Quiet, Lonely, Jolly, Modest, Quirky. Mighty Munchkin gonna be out here naming every single nature. We got Docile. We got Jolly. We got Hardy. We got Jolly. Sean, I got it. I got it. You're guessing Jolly. All right, let's see what we got here. It is Adamant. Mighty Munchkin, I think you were the first one to say Adamant. You were. Mighty Munchkin, you get to nickname it. That is wild. Because it was literally Mighty Munchkin's first guess, too. These Crocs. Okay. You know what, Froakie? I did hear something. I didn't realize that was you. Ooh, piece of candy. Joyce, thank you so much for the dono. All right, Joyce, you get to pick. Do you want me to have a Bean Boozled? Or do you want me to have a Toxic Waste? Sour candy. You get to pick Bean Boozled or sour candy. The annoying high-pitched voice was you. Gotcha. Toxic Waste. All right. Toxic Waste it is. And this one is going to be raspberry and lemon. So it's going to start off tasting like raspberry, and then later on it's going to change to lemon. What's up, Alkesh? Good to see you. So here it is. That's sour. Oh my god, that might be the sourest one yet. Oh, okay. It's passing by. It's passing by. Okay. All right, here we go. Now it's tasting like raspberry. Oh. Whew. That that was rough. Anybody remember Crystal Light? Anybody know what I'm talking about when I say Crystal Light? I know Froakie does. Froakie, it's like I fun dipped Crystal Light. I can be a lot at first, but after a while you can barely tolerate me. That's the true statement. No, that's not true at all, Razzie. I love you. I don't understand how you can taste the powder. It's not powdered, but you can taste powder. The Grinch seasoning good for 5 fries. That was the worst. Yeah, Razzie, exactly. I tried it on Friday, and I had a medium fry, and for like half of the fry, I was like, okay, this is not bad. And then it was like, I can't finish this. You've missed me? Oh, Chrissy, that's very sweet of you to say. I've missed having you around too. You already have shiny Gyarados? Change it to nighttime and go for the Shelfa Staryu. Same method, just change it to nighttime. Hell, it's not on stream. Yeah, I heard you saying that you would order McDonald's. You couldn't finish the meal at all. I think here's the problem with any sort of like shaker seasoning. I've always had this problem with seasonings. Like, let's take fries, for example. Alcash, thank you for rejoining the Poliwag party. Let's take fries. You season them, there's going to be like 20% of fries that are going to get the appropriate amount of seasoning. There's going to be 30% of fries that don't get any seasoning. And there's going to be 50% of fries that are coated with the seasoning. Is that the McDonald's meal? Yes, exactly. Thank you for the boot, Val. Another piece of candy bean meals. Oh, that's true. That's true. You did just drop $2 on... You did just drop $2 on the membership. That's fair. Shiny Cornholio, what's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Chrissy. Let me just finish up this candy, and then I'll do a Bean Boozled, Alkesh. Alright, here we go. Here comes the lemon. Oh, there it is. That was a quick one, though. Draconified, what's going on? Good to see you. You like candy? What's up, Kim? Oh, good. Oh, good. Another pear / booger. Hopefully it's pear. What's up, the Lady Aru? Welcome back. Froakie with the 33 months. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? I sure would. Booger. Booger. Mmm. Yum. So the fries good. I think a little bit of the dill pickle seasoning is good. What's going to end up happening, though, is if you try to eat a whole fry with the seasoning, you're going to get to a point where, like, I don't want to eat any more of these. I do not love booger beans. I agree, Busy. And Razzie, you're right. You're right. The diaper one, Joyce, I didn't know they made a diaper one. I do not want to try that. Today's your last day being 41. Oh my goodness gracious. Can we get some early birthday hype for Draconified? And yeah, so we are going for the shiny Gibble. There are already 2 shiny Drillbur on the field. So if you're hearing the shiny noise, it might be that. But it is now another 10 minutes has passed. So we are going to check and see if we got shiny Gibble. I want to try the really spicy bean candies. I don't think I ever want to try those after watching Kem try them. Dang, both Gibbles still not shiny. But here's our 2 shiny Drillbur. And what about this? That's not shiny. That's not shiny. This one, not shiny. What does my shirt say? It says Rip Curl. That's a clothing company, Surfer Brand Clothing Company. It's gross and you don't like the toothpaste one either? I'm fine with the toothpaste one. I just have to sometimes remind myself that just eating a toothpaste bean doesn't mean I don't have to brush my teeth that day. Sips from the mug mid-sentence is so funny. I'm glad you enjoy that. Good thing it doesn't say rip hole. It is a good thing it doesn't say rip hole. Cam, you should get merch shirts that say rip hole, but in the style of Rip Curl. Just like look up how the Rip Curl brand brands themselves, like with their look and everything, and do the same thing and just have it say Rip Hole. Did barf one with your kids ages ago and almost threw up in the car and brushed your teeth so many times. Yeah, the barf one is pretty bad. Thankfully, I haven't had one yet today. Nick is the only one who would buy it. I would buy one. I would never wear it out of the house, but I'd buy it. Actually, trying to eat the toothpaste because, you know, I did. Oh, yeah, I've totally eaten toothpaste. Is a rip hole the same as a porthole? No, Froky, rip hole is what you do and every morning before you get out of bed. And that's why you have to wash your sheets every day. Or at least why you should wash your sheets every day. It's a fart. It's a fart. We're talking about farts. Froky farts in his bed a lot. Rip hole and have the entrance sequence to the Ultraman wormhole. That's a good one. Good morning, Darth Trollus. Just released a still of Jensen and Jared from The Boys Season 5. Really? They're going to be in The Boys Season 5? You know what, Chrissy? I actually had one earlier today. They're not good, but I'd certainly prefer the burnt rubber one over, like, barf or dead fish or booger. Rip sheets, right? Exactly. It's going to Shalfa Hunt Wild Zone 20. Nothing wrong with that. Misha's going to be in it too. That's crazy. So The Boys Season 5 is going to be kind of like a supernatural reunion. All right, if we don't get this on the next check, then, you know, which will be in 6 minutes, if we don't get on the next check, we're going to just go straight to Zone 20 and see if we can get a Charmander or Tepig. I was not expecting it to take this much time. Gitch Stitch, I like that. Supernatural was a good show. I had to finish Season 15, and I have to do it in the next week. Because I think on the 15th... Is it the 15th that it leaves Netflix? Also, I saw Lost is leaving Netflix. That blew my mind. I didn't think that would ever happen. As long as Dean Winchester puts down Home Snob, you'll be fine with the series. That's crazy. You love my boys. I have only seen the first season. It's a show I have a lot of catching up to do. I see a shiny Machop in the distance. Now it'll really be lost. Well, I'm sure it'll probably still be on Hulu. I would imagine it's still going to be on Hulu, but that's going to have ads. Oh, your boys meaning the three of them. But that's funny because we're talking about the boys. No spoiling Stranger Things here. Still fairly new. Only been out for a little over a week. And the ads won't be 7-second ads on Hulu. 7-second ads. No, they will not. I watched Arrow. I watched the first few seasons. I think the first 3 seasons and then part of the 4th. Have I watched the new season yet of Stranger Things? Yeah. I watched the first 4 episodes last week during Thanksgiving. Found a box of Valiant comics. Time to straighten out the Bloodshot series. Nice. You know, I never read any of the Valiant series, other than when they did that Deathmate crossover with Image. But I would like to check out Bloodshot, Quantum and Woody, Dr. Mirage, and Ninjak. Those ones always looked interesting to me. Can't watch Stranger Things? Oh no. I'm sorry, Joyce. Ninjak is awesome and Bloodshot's awesome. Yeah, I'd like to check them out sometime. I know Valiant kind of did like a relaunch, reboot, whatever you want to call it, a few years ago. After being dormant for quite a long time. And Bloodshot and Ninjak were 2 of the ones they relaunched. You're a Deathstroke fan because of Arrow? Deathstroke's pretty cool. Deathstroke is pretty awesome. And the template for Deadpool. Film a lot of the boys near me. I'm not trying to dox you, Joyce, but do you live near Vancouver? Because that's a huge filming area, right? Is that where you're talking about? All right, 2 more minutes, then we're going to do our final checks. 2 locations. Okay, gotcha. I knew that Vancouver was a big filming place. In fact, I think a lot of Toronto, gotcha. In fact, I think a lot of Supernatural was filmed in Vancouver. Something about how a lot of the locations in Vancouver look similar to a U.S. city. What's up, Roycine? I'm always afraid I'm mispronouncing that. Canada is vast. Somehow they gave a walking, talking tree with the IQ of a 2-watt light bulb the position of Bloodshot. Jason David Frank was born to play in that movie, not Vin Diesel. He should stick with Fast and Furious series. You know what? I was thinking about that when you mentioned Bloodshot. I thought they did a live-action adaptation. I couldn't remember who played him. I didn't realize it was Vin Diesel. Supernatural was in Vancouver. Okay, gotcha. Your uncle is near where they filmed. That's cool. Go back to sleep for a little bit longer. All right, thanks for being here, Christy. Always good to see you. I can pronounce your name however I want. Okay. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking, Roycine. All right, 1 more minute of checks. Or 1 more minute of rolls, I should say. Then we'll check. And then we're going to head over, see if we can get Charmander or Tepig. Naturally super, that's right. Okay, here we go. Let's do our checks. See if we got ourselves a Gible. If not, I'm just going to do this off stream. Shiny Drillbur. Shiny Drillbur. I thought I saw a shiny. Yep, there's the shiny Machop. Gible. Drillbur. Gible. Dang it! Dang it, dang it, dang it. Where they filmed it and Welcome to Darius 20 minutes from you. Oh, that's awesome. What's up, Hassan? Good to see you. You're hunting Chespin. Good luck on the Chespin, Lady Aru. Hope you get that quick. Alright, let's head on over to Zone 20 and get our hunt on for Charmander and Tepig. I need 1 more Charmander and 2 more Tepig. First thing we're going to do is we're going to start with a brand new day. Wednesday the 10th. Wednesday the 10th will be the 4th annual Rock Candy Stream for the Dice Art universe. Yes, you got Shiny Alpha Phalanx and Metachan Wild Zone 16. Congratulations, Hassan. That's awesome. Alright, we got a brand new day. We're going to save. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to be running that way. And I want to see Charmander and Tepig right next to each other on the left-hand side of the screen. If I don't see Charmander and Tepig right next to each other on the left-hand side of the screen, then I'm resetting the game. That's step 1. I mean, technically it's like step 36, but that's the next step for this hunt. 3 non-static Alpha Shinies in this hunt for Alpha Froakie. That's incredible, Hassan. I'm sorry it's taking so long to get the Alpha Froakie, but at least you're getting a whole bunch of other Alphas. Yes, and... what the heck? Where's my 4th? Thank you for the happy poop, Big Cheese. 4 Alpha Ampharos Shiny. That's crazy. Did I somehow bleed a spawn? Because if I bled a spawn, I'm going to be very upset. Because I was told I wouldn't be bleeding spawns. By the way, anything shiny here? No. No. Okay, there we go. 1 and 2. That was weird. I don't know why the last time it wasn't there. Okay, but we got it set up. Those bunnies want your giblets. Oh my goodness gracious. Alright, so we're going to go back out here. Let everything go back to where it wants to be. Come back in. And then we're going to save like right here. Light Gold 35, thank you so much, Loops. What is that? Is that like a blue baby Yoda? What even is that? Oh, he's eating Piscetti. It's a little blue Yoda eating Piscetti. Alright, now we're just going to run up and down, and see if we get a shiny. Some of y'all are saying, what are we looking at? What are we looking for? Bloda. That's right, it's Bloda. And I will show you what we're looking at. If we go right up here, and I zoom in, there's the Charmander, there's the Tepig. We're just running back and forth, despawning and respawning until they show up. You love the Oh Dear one. I don't know that one. So I need 1 Charmander, 2 Tepig. Whatever spawns, we will catch and evolve. be exciting. And what will be even more exciting and scary is if we catch one, I'm going to try and reset up the hunt live on stream. And if you were here yesterday, you know how badly I am at setting up overload hunts. Le gasp. Razzie, this is how bad it was, okay? So this morning, because I caught the one gibble yesterday, this morning I was like, okay, let me see if I can get the third gibble back. And I was resetting for about an hour. Didn't get to see a single alpha. And I figured, okay, that's because there is one not shiny drillbur here. So I went to zones 12 and 3 and AFK'd for about an hour just to find more shinies so that the ones in zone 8 would spawn. They would de-shiny. And so I did that. And then I got another alpha drillbur. And I was like, perfect. Here's another alpha drillbur. Now I can get my third gibble spawn. And I did it. And I did it, as far as I know, correctly. And I still did not get the third gibble. YouTube's jewel system converts viewer purchase virtual jewels into rubies for creators on vertical live streams where 1 ruby equals 1 cent, meaning 100 rubies equals $1 earned by the creator. Thank you, Big Cheese. Good to know. What's going on, Natasha? How you doing, Quack? Hope you're having a great Sunday. Gonna go make some eggs. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Thank you so much, Busy, for being here. Enjoy them eggs. So yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I don't know why I couldn't get the third spawn again. On your way home from a birthday party. Nice. So if I send you 200 jewels, do we get a candy? So does that mean that 1 jewel is equal to 1 ruby? That's the part I'm confused about. Why are we talking about jewels and rubies? Why do they have to make it overly complicated? But I mean, the answer is yes. If there's any form of dono equal to $2, then I'll eat a candy. Whether it's you buy a membership or you gift a sub or you just, you know, give me money. This kid was in Dinosaur Heaven, got so many dino toys. I want dino toys. What the heck? Where's my dino toys? Interesting, this thing called an Earth sandwich. What is on an Earth sandwich, Bulba King? In general, I do like sandwiches. When viewers use jewels to send gifts, you get rubies, which represent your earnings. 1 ruby equals 1 cent. Yes, but I'm saying, what is the ratio from jewels to rubies? Is it an equal 1-to-1 ratio? I understand that the rubies equal 1 cent, but what does a jewel equal? Your gift to Membo counts $2? Yeah, absolutely it could. 2 slices of bread and the earth. I'm not sure if I'd be able to finish it all in one sitting. I'd probably have to save some for later. What does a bean mean? It's a good question. But you see what I'm talking about? Like, they're overcomplicating things. Why do they need to change it from jewels to rubies in the first place? Why can't they just say, viewers get rubies? Rubies equal 1 cent. Yeah, Stanley Nichols a Shroot Box. Exactly. That makes more sense. And I haven't looked on the earnings page of my YouTube studio in a while, but do they even report that? Because I know, like, on my YouTube studio app, I can see, like, money from gifts, money from donos, money from ads. Jeez. You keep saying the same thing. You're not understanding what I'm saying. I get that a ruby is equal to 1 cent. What is the relationship between a jewel and a ruby? Canada has loons, that's true. Emerald. What's going on, Harlequin Hunter? Got some today randomly? Nice. I've never received free jewels. That must be another thing that is only for regular accounts and not branded accounts. Just another way branded accounts get screwed over. Loons and Toons. That's right. Loonies and Toonies. I don't know how all that stuff works. It makes no sense to me. Also, it's really stupid that you can only see it on mobile. Because the streamer most likely isn't on mobile. Because, you know, they have to have the whole setup and capture cards and everything. So I never get to see the animations when I stream. I just see the notification in chat that jewels were gifted. I want to see the cool animations. You recently purchased $75 worth of Loonies and Toonies. Is that your way of saying that you went to the ATM and took out $75? If so, I recently purchased 20 bucks. It has animations. On mobile, yeah, on mobile it plays a cool little animation. ATM spent, give coins. Yes. Don't. Don't what? When jewels are sent to give as gifts to streamers, they are converted into rubies that are valued at 1 cent apiece. AKA, if I send you 100 jewels gifts, that I assume is $1 to you. That's my point, is that you're assuming. What I'm asking is there any place that says what the conversion rate is from jewels to rubies? Purchase the coins from a teller, not the magician. Nice, good reference. Because my point is, if the ratio, like if the conversion rate from jewels to rubies is 1 to 1, why make it two separate things? What's the point? Blue rubies are worth 5, red are worth 20, silver rubies are 100, and gold rubies are worth 200. Gotcha. For confusion. Yeah, I think it's their way of, like, laundering money. No, it's their way of hiding what the cut is that YouTube gets. Actually, that's probably exactly what it is. It is, a jewel is worth a cent. A ruby would then be worth probably, in my case, about half a cent. What are those Pokemon books in the background? Are they magazines with Togepi, Psyduck, Pikachu, and Charmander on them? It's an excellent question, Natasha. These are all TV guides from October 30th of 1999. They're all the same. They just had 4 covers, and the 4 covers formed a little picture. But this is TV guide. They had an article that week about the Pokemon craze. And then you can see here it's got you know, all the listings for what was on TV that week. Oh, new episode of The West Wing. Yeah, that's a good episode. And yeah, you could get TV Guide for 89 cents an issue. All 4 combined to make a picture. That's cool. Yeah, I thought so. It might be a little hard to tell from back there. But yeah, they're all in a forest, and you can see like the forest is going on across it. West Wing was cutting edge television. It's it's a great show. The worst part is when you have to spend your earnings to earn bigger wallet to hold even more earnings. That is the worst part, Cam. When you got to buy a larger wallet. What was on Tuesday? A whole bunch of shows. But yeah, that probably is now that Kim said that, and now that I've kind of thought it out, that probably is. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like the answer to your question, Cheese. The ultimate answer to your question is yes. If you spend 200 jewels, that counts as a $2 dono. But that's probably what it is. A jewel would be equal to, in my case, probably 0.55 rubies. And then I get paid on rubies. Giant's wallet, that's a pretty large wallet. Maybe science it beforehand? What do you mean? What about the diamonds, though? Oh, I don't even know about the diamonds. You have like 5,000 jewels? That's pretty crazy. I have 0 jewels. So if you send all 5,000, that's what, 50 bucks? Yes. Come on, Shiny. Remember when we got that early Charmander, like in the first 9 minutes of stream last weekend? That was pretty cool. Or was that 2 weeks ago? I don't even remember. What even is time? Inside of the Hefty, that is inside of the Hefty, there's another Hefty 517 inside. That's correct. What's up, Coco Crux? Cam, I got no new shinies in Zone 20 overnight. So I'm still at 8. 8 needed. Family coming over soon, gonna have a get-together. Very nice. We're just gonna check real quick to see if we got a day to night time respawn shiny, and if not, we're gonna reset the game. No and no. Well, Hefty Royska doll. I like that. Hefty Royska. Oh no, I forgot to save. Haven't tried Zone 20 this weekend, but you did find a random shop that had piled on your boxes. Nice. I forgot to freaking save. What is wrong with me? Could have sworn I saved. But I guess I didn't. So I gotta keep doing this until I get the Charmander and the Tepig on the left side of the spawns. That looks shiny for a second. Oh man. It's been a slow weekend. Oh my gosh, that is just too many hefties. Too many hefties, like that song. You know what I found on the YouTube this weekend? There's a lot of channels that have digitized actual VHS recordings of original Adult Swim programming. So I've been able to watch like 4 straight hours, like with commercials and everything, of Adult Swim from the early 2000s. That's pretty awesome. Jewels to rubies. 2 jewels equals 1 ruby. Yep, that sounds about right. 1 ruby equals 1 cent. I thought jewels were equal to 1 cent. So then it would be 400 jewels would be equal to a $2 dono. How page your revenue is stupid vague? Exactly. So yeah, 400 jewels is equal to $2. So Ken, you caught a Shalpa Hippowdon and didn't even realize it? That's silly. $800 jewels. Oh my goodness gracious, that is $4. All right. Do you want me to do a bean? Do you want me to do toxic waste? Do you want me to do one of each? What do you want me to do, Cheese? Bean and a toxic same time. Oh my gosh. Okie dokie. All right, let me grab the toxic waste first. Well, first let me check to see if we have to reset again. We got to reset again. All right. Toxic Boozled we will get. Okay. I like this little container too. I think it's pretty neat. You just pop off the top here, and then it's got all the candies inside. That's pretty cool. All right, we got orange and apple. Put small pencils. I could, like little, like miniature golf pencils. Orange. I like that we've gotten different flavors each time so far. All right, and bean. Oh, dang it, Cheese. I hate you. This is either peach or barf. Peach or barf, apple and orange. I'll see you guys on the other side. Praying for barf. I mean, hi. Hello, Carly. Tempest King. So, so here's what happened. I had a jelly bean and a sucking candy in my mouth. You chew the jelly bean, right? You chew the jelly bean and swallow it. The candy is going to be in there for a while. I chewed the jelly bean, which was barf, and then part of the jelly bean got stuck on the sucking candy. So I couldn't get rid of the barf. And then the sour hit. Sour overwhelmed the barf a bit, which was good. But then I couldn't open my eyes because it was too sour. Now I'm tasting delicious orange. Sour barf in the morning, breakfast of champions. That's not shiny. Every once in a while, from a distance, I think a Charmander's shiny. Ooh. Oh, my poor tummy. I have a headache. I genuinely have a headache. Try Shelfa Garchomp? I have a Shelfa Garchomp. What's going on, Hayden? How you doing? You're also crying? You should be crying. I'm crying on the inside as well. I can't believe I didn't save. And we have to do this again. And I'm like super over odds on this layout. It's a 1 in 6 chance of getting the right setup. And we're on like 10 or 12 chucks. That's from laughing. Your wife's like, what's happening? Your poor wife. Let's go ahead and play Guess the Pokemon plush. I have a Pokemon plush right here on my desk. You can't see it, but I can. Yeah, guess what Pokemon it is. Not Eevee. Not Rowlet. Not Dreepy. Not Charmander. Not Corsola. Not Psyduck. Hold on a second. Not Skitty. Not Tepig. Not Blood Moon Ursaluna. Fine, get up there. Okay. Not Gibble. Not Gabite. Not Kecleon. Not Regidrago. Not Garchomp. Not Pikachu. Not Castform. Not Rotom. Not Unknown. Not Victini. Not Raichu. There we go. Finally got it. Not Bulbasaur, not Aeron, not Durant, not Melowood, not Applin. Alright, I'm going to give you guys a clue. Because you guys definitely need a clue. You guys are just struggling like I was yesterday. This is a Psychic type Pokemon. Psychic type. Now, let's save. Not Abra, not Mew, not Alakazam, not Abra, not Mewtwo. Not Lugia, not Gata, not Gothita, not Kadabra, not Espeon, not Hypno, not Hothitelle, not Alakazam. Where's the second seller? Not Algium, not Starmie. Ooh! Oh man! That packs a punch. Not Natu, not Wobbuffet, not Gardevoir, not Mewtwo, not Gallade, not Wynot, not Necrozma, not Mew, not Espeon, not Riolu, not Latios, not Indeedee, not Slowbro, not Latias, not Metagross, not Esper, not Ralts, not Girafarig, not Lugia, not Xatu, not Beldum, not Grumpig, not Jinx, not Metang, not Spoink, not Esper, not Spoink, not Metatite. I think you guys might need another clue. Not Claydol, not Sigilyph, not Meowstic, not Spathra, not Psychomon, not Hoopa, not Lunala. Here's your second clue. It is a Gen 2 Pokemon. Not Bronzong, not Lunala, but Carly May coming through. She went through every psychic Pokemon she could think of and finally got Celebi. It is, in fact, Celebi. Good job, Carly May. You win 36 cool points. Redeemable at a later date. For prizes TBD. If you blow it away, can you make a wish? Sure. $36, but last year you got 37. Nice. Nice reference there. Do I have a running tally of everyone's cool points? No, everyone is responsible for keeping track of their own cool points. What do you think I am? Some sort of cool point tracker? I got things to do. 36, counted on myself. I love that. Counted on myself. It's my game, so yes. No, at no point did I ever said I was going to keep track of these points. They're not my points, they're your points. You should be responsible for keeping track of your own cool points. Just be an adult. So this is an honor system? No, it's not an honor system. You have to keep accurate records. I'm just not going to micromanage it. I'm the distributor, not the accumulator. Exactly. Don't tell me to be an adult. You get enough of that at home, huh? Why, do you watch my home life? No, I'm just teasing. I'm just making it fun. Where be the shine? What do you guys think is gonna shine first? Charmander or Tepig? On stream, the first thing we got was Tepig. The second thing we got was Charmander. I don't know if that helps you make a decision. As if being a man-child is bad or something. Look, I can't say anything. I'm a 45-year-old man in my pajamas playing Pokemon on YouTube right now. I really hate barf jelly beans. It just means I made it. I made something. I have not had a single good jelly bean today. I think that's six or seven beans. Every single one of them has been bad. This is a rigged system. It's definitely not 50-50. Gotta get going. Good luck on the Hunting Community Day. Thank you so much, John Stricker. Good luck to you as well. And thank you for the reminder. I'm actually going to have to set a reminder on my phone. Because I'm going to be so tied up in Metroid Prime 4 Beyond that I'm going to forget when it's 2 o'clock. This one will be good, promise. Carly May, thank you for the $1.99 pounding. I'm assuming, Carly, that means that you want me to have a Bean Boozled. Let's see if Carly is a promise keeper or a liar, Pants. Well, you can interpret the odds any way you want, but this is, I believe, our fourth Green one. It's been 3 boogers. So far, no pairs. So let's see if this will be the first good one. Arlie Mae, for all her good intentions, is not a promise keeper. You had your fingers crossed behind your back. Oh, you little she-devil. Bro purchased the oops all bad. I think I did. Like the oops all berries. But you know what? There's one good thing we can say. At least it's not barf. Because fact of the matter is, once you've had a barf bean, anything else is pretty good. You just farted. Good job, Coco Crux. I'm proud of you. Makes for great television. Yes. This is the life I chose. Just, you know, another... I don't know, another 480 beans this week, and I can quit my job. What happens if the goal gets hit? I don't see that happening, but if it does, we'll just continue it. It's an amazing reward, right? Well, like there's two ways to do goals, right? There's 2 ways to do them. Either there's a reward once the goal is completed, or each contribution towards the goal gets its own reward. I've opted to go with the latter. Maybe one day when I have like, you know, several hundred people in the chat at once, we can have a goal set up that has one big reward at the end. So the prize is a ladder. Chaos is a ladder, actually. I just got what you said. Yes. And she's buying a stairway to the Hefty 517 stream. Love a little Zeppelin in the morning. Come on, Shiny. Anybody get any good TCG pocket cards recently? I opened up a 10-pack yesterday and got one Jolteon EX base card. So that was awesome. Oh my gosh, Kiro! Thank you so much for the $5 dono. Beans and Sour County not together. I won't make you suffer that bad. Thank you so much, Kiro. I appreciate you. Let's start with a bean. Can we get our first good bean of the day? We might. This is either going to be dead fish or strawberry banana. Dead fish. Yum, yum. I think it is all bad beans. And now, to cleanse the palate, we have our toxic waste sour candy. We got another banana blueberry. I'd never tasted sour banana before today. What's up, shiny Pokemon hunts? It wasn't barf. I don't have to keep doing this to myself. This is what I deserve. Grass clippings and toothpaste bean. I wish I could have a toothpaste bean. I like the toothpaste bean. Okay. The sour has passed. Now I can enjoy a nice banana flavored candy. Favorite of all candy flavors. Although I'd still have a little bit of dead fish bean stuck in between my molars. I'm seeing a lot of Alpha Charmanders, that's good. Could today be the day that I finally get a shiny Alpha starter? I know we got a lot of professional shiny hunters in the chat here. A lot of people that have gotten a lot of shiny Alpha Pokemon. What would you all recommend the first shiny Alpha starter I hunt be? I'm assuming that probably Froakie or Fennekin would be the easiest. You are a professional, absolutely. Think Totodile is the easiest? Think Froakie is the easiest? I think people are just picking their favorite Pokemon. You got 2 shiny Bulbo last night? Nice. Congratulations. I mean, Fennekin, you can just set up as an easy reset hunt. Go for the Charmander. I mean, I'd like that. I just don't know if it's like the easiest one to go for. I mean, I feel like Charmander and Froakie are the number 1 and 2 wanted. Shalfa regular. Oh, Shalfa. Definitely Shalfa. I already have all of them Alpha. Chespin Overload, in theory, should be the easiest. Oh yeah, because of the 3 checks. That's true. That is true. Yeah, why don't you have it yet? What's up with that, Razzie? Isn't it like the only starter you can get multiple checks on at once? Oh, here comes the sour blueberry. Oh. The blueberry does not taste like blueberry, by the way. The banana totally tastes like banana. The blueberry does not taste like blueberry. You found a shiny, but you literally can't find it? Wasabi, I've had that happen so many times. Is it in the city? Are you in the city? Snozzberries taste like snozzberries. Yes? Okay. Look on the map and check this. Well, first off, are you on a rooftop or are you on the ground? Why is my setup screwed up? Why is the Charmander there? You're on a roof. Okay. Why is the setup screwed up? I hate everything. Okay, here's what you do. Check out everything on the ground all around the building that you're on. Check to see if there are areas like this. Check to see if there's enclosed areas like this. Check to see if there's areas like this that go in between the buildings. Also, make sure to check all the lamp posts. Make sure to check all the trees. You never know if it's going to be like a monkey or a bird hiding somewhere. Strawberry do not taste like straws. That's true. You make a good point, Alkash. I see your message, Cheese. I'm just not reading it. Yeah, why is this all messed up now? I don't know what happened. Now we gotta do this again. 1/6 chance of getting the right layout that I won't get again. I just want to get these shiny starters and then play Metroid Prime Beyond 4. 4 Beyond. It's so much fun. Oh, Razzie, here's another thing with the game, which I thought was cool. When you start a new game file, it gives you 2 options on how, like, what sort of experience you want. If you want it to focus more on performance or on graphics. So if you pick graphics, then you can play the game in 4K at 60 frames per second. If you pick performance, you can play the game at 1080p at 120 frames per second. So I think that's pretty awesome. Hold on, I just want to check Charmanders to be sure. You did graphics. I did performance because the TV I'm playing on only does 180p anyway. You want 1440p, 120 FPS, literally unplayable? Yeah, I'm sorry, Razzie. You might as well just return the game now. Imagine Pokemon with made those graphics. It'd be pretty neat. Other games have that option too. Do they really? That was the first time I'd seen that. Of course, I only own 4. I was gonna say I only own 4 Switch 2 games. Technically, I only own 2 Switch 2 games. And then I own 2 Switch games that have a Switch 2 upgrade. All PS5 games have those options? Nice. I wish I could afford a PS5. Must be nice to be rich, Froky. I'm out here guzzling beans. Trying to pay my bills. $30,000 mouse. You mean the mouse that you bought me and sent me as a gift? Because I couldn't afford one? I still have it. Where is it? I don't know where it is. I had it. Oh my gosh. This is the worst hunt ever. I hate this hunt. Want PS5, go to a pawn shop. What made me cave and buy Metroid early? Froky and Razzie, peer pressuring me. There we go. All right. Now, let's go over here. When you bought a Sony OLED TV, it came with the free PS5? What? Maybe you will buy it early too? I think you should. Okay. Okay. Everything should be set up fine now. And I like having that Tepig right there because that's a little goober. It's not going to bother me. It was a scatterbug. Nice. Was that something new that you needed? I love the scatterbug shiny. You have to wait for Christmas for it? Yeah, I couldn't wait. And yeah, I told Razzie yesterday, I was like, I'm going to go buy candy, and the candy store is right next to GameStop. And Razzie just like, do it. Just do it. It was on the roof next to it. Gotcha. Ram Shortage. No, I have not seen that. Let's go ahead and open up some packs. I'm going to not switch over to the pack opening layout or overlay so we can continue to do this. But let's see if we can get this shiny Poliwhirl. It's going to be interesting. See if I can do this right. I can't do it. All right. Let's do this though. All right, let's spin. Looking for that shiny Poliwhirl card. Through my intestinal tract, that's pretty close to accurate. Seismitoad, Wailord, Miltank, Chatot, and Murkrow. And another shiny Oricorio. It's my second shiny Oricorio. You know what? I'm at the point where I'm ready to just like trade that to somebody for a shiny Poliwhirl. I'm just putting it out there. All right, second one. A third of major RAM manufacturing companies is no longer doing consumer RAM due to AI RAM being gobbled up. Prices have shot up in some cases 700%. That's ridiculous. Linoon, Hippopotas, Palpitoad, Hydreigon, and Mischievous. And another shiny Hypno. That's another dupe. Okay, I'm putting it out there. I'm making an official announcement. If anybody has a shiny Poliwhirl that they are willing to trade, I will give them an Oricorio or a Hypno. Or I will even give both of them. Just give me a Poliwhirl and... no, you can't do that because it's got to be another shiny card. I will give anybody a shiny Oricorio or a shiny Hypno. Or, let me see what else I have. What other shinies do I have dupes of? Let me see here. All right, I have... Yeah, these are in order of number, right? Yes. So, I have shiny Electrode, shiny Ekans, shiny Oricorio, and shiny Hypno. I am willing to trade any of those four for a shiny Poliwhirl. I'm just putting it out there. Tell your friends. Let them know. Because I really need to start working on the rest of the packs. Can you give me a gift? What type of gift? Try to be cheeky and ask them can I have the PS5 Pro instead of the standard one, or else I won't buy the TV. They didn't fall for it. Oh my goodness. Sorry, you only have one shiny Poliwhirl left. That's okay, Chem. I understand. You stole my Poliwhirl. What shiny do I not have? Are you talking about in the in this game, or are you talking about in the card game? Because if you're talking about in this game, I like to get my own shinies actually. So they have my original trainer ID, their cotton premier balls, etc. But if you are curious which ones I still need, if you type !ZA, that will show you the final 9 shinies that I need. I think it's 9. Yep, there we go. Final 9 shinies I need. Pignite, Emboar, Charizard, Aerodactyl, Amora, Aurorus, Tyrantrum, Glaceon, and Gigabyte. Hopefully we'll either knock out Pignite or Charizard today. Gigabyte would be Gabite, except Jerry has a very unique type of sense of humor. You have Aerodactyl. Nice! You have a shiny Aerodactyl? That's awesome. Congratulations. Ouch. What? I said you have a very unique sense of humor. That's a compliment. Thank you all for the 28 likes on the stream. I appreciate you. Getting us ever closer to our like goal of 35. What's next? A face for radio? What? I said it was a unique sense of humor. I think that's a nice thing to say. I'm saying he's not basic. Nobody wants to be basic. don't even care about this Tepig being aggroed. He's a little goober. He can't even do anything to me. Ouch. You are far from basic. That's what I'm saying. I hate this game. But not as unique as Shiny Spearow. Oh my gosh, did you just get a Shiny Spearow? Congratulations, Jerry. So, who's doing Community Day in Pogo today? And if you are, what are you going for? SOS complete. Good job, buddy. Come to your Pokemon party. You've already invited you, yourself, and I. Well, that's going to be quite the party right there. You are rarer than 1 in 8,000. That's true. You going for Jangma? Oh, good luck on that, Mighty Munchkin. Yeah, I gotta try and get 3 Shiny Quaxley and 3 Solosis in 3 hours. So that's like 27 Shinies. Right, Slowpoke? You get your 3rd Totodile is the only thing missing? Aw, dang, I'm sorry, buddy. Jeez, he doesn't do that when you get shinies. He does that when he's playing. That's not like a shiny only thing. That's just 24/7. Like whenever he's playing a video game, he's jumping up and down and shouting. Only have to mark on the spreadsheet. Do you really have a spreadsheet, Jerry? I'm so proud of you. You jump up and down when you catch a fish in Animal Crossing? Nice. When's the new Animal Crossing update coming out? I know a lot of Animal Crossing fans are excited about that. I even saw a couple of video thumbnails talking about how the amount of new content is surprisingly good. Because, like, I'm a fair weather Animal Crossing person, I'll admit it. Like, I own Animal Crossing, I own the first Animal Crossing on the GameCube, but I've never gotten, like, hardcore into it like a lot of people I know. So I did watch the announcement with all the DLC information, and I was like, oh, that seems neat. But then, like, I saw a lot of surprisingly positive videos talking about how much that they're bringing in. So that's exciting. Very excited for all my Animal Crossing friends. January 15th. Okay. It's like the one positive thing I've heard about Nintendo in the last several months. They had 3 years in the kitchen. I mean, that is true. You'll take anything at this point. But you know what I mean, Carly? Like, I mean, yes, that is true. You will take anything. But, like, it's been overwhelmingly positive. Like, I've seen a lot of thumbnails and videos talking about how, like, you know, why the Animal Crossing update is better than you thought it was and stuff like that. Like, people are really hyped about it. They could have announced a new fish and you'd be happy. Not a dead fish, though. Ugh, I still taste dead fish. Dead fish and barf. And booger. And sour powder. God, what is... My stomach is gonna hate me. Every single video you've seen has been very positive. It's a lot of what you've been asking for in the game since a lot of what you've been blah 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 blah. A lot of what you've been asking for since the game came out. Okay, gotcha. That's great. Like they actually listened for once. Only took them how long? Your whole street just lost power. Uh-oh, Kiro. How many flashlights you got? Where the heck is this shiny? That's what I want to know. Technically, we've gotten 2 shinies today. 3 shinies today. We got a Sandile, another Drillbur, and a Machop. You have candles? Nice. Are they scented candles or unscented candles? We got a new Pokemon game in the city. Looks like bum. Yeah, exactly. We're Animal Crossing. We're getting new hats. Yeah, exactly. I'm a huge fan of Pokemon, but the Pokemon community in general is extremely entitled. It's ridiculous. Scented? Nice. Shiny Drought equals Shroud. Yes. I've said it before, and I have a feeling I'll say it many, many times again. Like when ZA came out, I realized we've gotten to the point where, like, you know, being a video game player since the 80s, right? Like I got my Nintendo in I think 87, so playing games since 87. We've gone from the point of, oh, that new game came out. I don't really like it. I'm not going to pick it up. And moving on with your life to a new game came out and it's not what I wanted. How dare they? How dare they release a game I don't like? It's crazy. Apple cinnamon sounds amazing. I'd like to smell that. I mean, it used to be a game came out and you didn't like it, you just moved on with your life. Now a game comes out and you don't like it, you have to go to the internet and talk about how the company's terrible. I just don't get it. Merlin Vivian bolted to your bed? Aw, that's adorable. Oh, while still buying the game. Exactly. And, like, I'm not saying that people need to like every single game and never say anything bad about it. I mean, I think I've been fairly vocal in the issues I've had with this game. But I still enjoy it for the most part. Like, I still enjoy it more than I dislike it. There's certainly some changes I would have liked to make. But I'm not, like, you know, evangelizing on the internet. Like, you're not allowed to like this. That's silly. What's up, Rain? Good morning. I hope you had a very happy birthday. There's no music in the desert. What the heck, Nintendo? Yeah. When you go to the desert, there's no music either. That's a perfect example. So I had not heard that. Cheese brought that up on Friday in ChemStream about how the latest controversy with Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is that the music in the desert is locked behind the amiibo. And so people were flipping out about that. And I did a little research into it, and that's not the case whatsoever. So in case you've heard this rumor, let me set the story straight. There is an unlockable in the game after you 100% it, scan everything, yada, 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 where you can unlock a radio on the bike, which allows you to play music from throughout the Metroid series. There's a lot of games that have a similar thing where you can unlock a jukebox, where you can, just rock out to music from the games. So you can get that in the game after you unlock everything. Or if you buy the amiibo, you can get it right away, which is not unheard of. I mean, part of the whole deal about buying the amiibos is it unlocks things in the game for you. But this turned into, there's no music in the desert unless you buy the amiibo. And that's just patently false. It's one thing to not love every aspect of a game. It's another thing to judge people for liking a very vocal way. Exactly. Exactly, Carly. It's just silly. I think people are just too, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. And it's not just video games either. It's everything. It's any sort of fandom. If you don't like it, or if you don't like it, then no one's allowed to like it. And it also goes the opposite way. If I like it, you're not allowed to not like it. You know, if I like it and you say you don't like it, that's just because you know, you're just a hater. But yeah, it's just pure entitlement. No one ever said that, in this case, Nintendo. No one ever said that Nintendo has an obligation to make every game they make enjoyable to you specifically. If you don't like the game, you don't like the game. That's fine. Buy another game. You did spend the day with the family, ate dinner, won like $40 at the casino. Went to see a Smash Band that's playing that night. That's awesome, Rain. That sounds like an amazing birthday. You hate that rumor? One quick search proved it wrong? Yeah, exactly. It's just... But, you know, people just hear it, and they just jump on it, and they just, you know, they pass it on without doing any sort of fact-checking. And again, I'm not just talking Nintendo. You guys think the Nintendo fandom lately has been toxic. You guys should try checking out the comic book fandom in recent years. It's ridiculous. I'll put it this way. Of all my years on YouTube, and all the different content that's available on YouTube, only in the last couple months have I ever right-clicked on a video and said, stop recommending videos from this creator. And I've done that several times in the last couple months, and specifically for comic book content creators. We live in a society where algorithms are set to only show you people with your same ideologies and opinions. People don't know what it means to have a healthy debate or be friends with people with different views. Exactly. Exactly. It's all just a, what's it called? Not a wind tunnel. What's it called? Echo chamber. Why did I confuse echo chamber with wind tunnel? It's all just an echo chamber, and there is also just the fact that, again, not with video games, but just in general, negative titles, negative thumbnails lead to more clickbait. It leads to higher engagement. You know, spouting negativity, unfortunately, leads to better placement in the algorithm because people are more likely to click on it. Back and on ZA% Alpha, Froakie grinding. Good luck, Hassan. You need a regular Garchomp? Yeah, just run around Zone 8 for a while until a Gible finally spawns, and then evolve it. That was a pain in the butt. But is Tony Stark Victor Von Doom, Victor Von Doom, or is a Tony variant? And tell me why you're wrong. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know. Trade shiny Poliwag for shiny Hypno. Alcash, I appreciate that. And if you want the Hypno, I will even trade it to you. But I'm looking for the Poliwhirl. But if you want the Hypno, Alcash, I'd be happy to give you the Hypno. That was the 8 launch. People on the internet wanted to hate it and just shut off and played the game and loved it. Now a few months later, the hate train's gone. Oh yeah, that's another thing. The hate bubbles burst pretty quickly. Start complaining about the windows. Yeah. You know what? I gotta be honest. I run around so much in this game, I hardly ever even look at the buildings. That's literally looking for something to hate on. I'm not saying they're good graphics. But I'm saying, like, they were looking for something to hate on. Same thing with the dang tree and Sword and Shield. I'll never understand that. Wish we could evolve our cards to the next evolution. Right? Me too. Shiny Barbarical, congratulations. Like that silly tree. Like, okay, it's a bad looking tree. I'm not going to argue that. I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to disagree or argue that it's a good looking tree. How does that affect the game? In what way does that negatively impact your game experience? Remember this game came out, a lot of Digimon Trill fans came into Pokemon Street to hate on the game to never played it. Oh yeah, absolutely. I think it was like a perfect storm, right? The new Digimon game had come out. There were a lot of people upset about the Nintendo Pal World lawsuits. So this game came out, and there's a lot of people that were basically review bombing it just because they were angry at Nintendo. And then, that happens. And then, some time goes by, and guess what? The hype dies down, and the hate dies down. Playing about the trees was still funny. Yeah, let me play Pokemon Stare at Trees. I mean, I can look at anything and point out things I don't like or things that could be improved. But does that really make a difference in how I enjoy the game? You got 3 Arceus cards. Holy smokes, Kiro. Z is your favorite Pokemon game? Good. I'm glad it's your favorite. I'm glad there's people out there that love this game, and it's their favorite game. It doesn't matter what anyone says. Can't wait for the new DLC megas. I'm very curious to see what the DLC is like. I was talking to somebody about this the other day. And I was wondering, like, how in-depth, how involved is this DLC going to be? Like, is this going to be like a Second Life, another month or two size DLC? Or is it going to be like a one day and done DLC? Have my thoughts on alphas changed at all since ZA specifically Shalphas? They have, Razzie. They have. I am somewhat actively, I would say mostly actively, trying to get a Shalfa Dex in this game. Whereas I didn't in Legends Arceus. And a lot of that is because I feel like the shiny alphas are, on the whole, much more obtainable in this game. That's not to say there aren't going to be alphas that are difficult to get, like the starters, for example. But on the whole, it's easier to get shiny alphas in this game than it was in Legends Arceus. So I figured, why the heck not? I might as well go for it. So I am more interested in it now. So that's why I even specifically have 2 separate counters set up. This is just regular shinies, and this is Shalfas. Because ultimately, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, I would like to get both Dexes, a shiny Dex and separately a Shalfa Dex. It's going to be tough, but I think it's a lot more doable for me and how I play than it was in Arceus. Plus the fact that Premier Balls are in this game, Razzie. That's another big factor. I hate to say it, but that was not the only factor, but a big factor in my lack of replayability in Arceus. It's like, well, they don't have Premier Balls. Like, why do I care about catching all the shinies? I know that sounds silly to some people. Premier Balls and a better pull of Pokemon would have helped, yeah. Now, there is a couple of, and this is like literally the definition of personal, right? Personal opinion. And I think Razzie, I talked to you about it like the day or two before this game came out, or maybe it was the day that this game came out. I was personally disappointed that there were no new Pokemon to shiny hunt in this game. And even those shinies that I still haven't completed in Premier Balls, because like some of my early shinies, and some of the ones I got from Legends Arceus are not in Premier Balls. Even the ones I still need to get in Premier Balls, none of them were in this game. So this game contained literally 0 new shinies for my shiny living decks. But, I'm kind of happy I knew that going into it. So, I knew what to expect. And having accepted that, you know, I've been able to enjoy the game. Welcome back, Mewtwo. Not huntable, but does anyone know if Eternal Fluid has a shiny form? I believe it does, Razzie. I haven't checked that out in quite a long time. You know what? I'm going to look it up right now. It does. And on first glance, it looks like the blue parts of the body turn pink. It doesn't look like the flower changes, which, you know, matches the rest of the line. But it looks like the blue parts of the body turn pink. Shiny Phalanx, nice, good job. It actually looks pretty decent, especially because it's you know, female. You know, I guess that's going into gender norms a little bit, but I like the idea that it's a little pink lady. Now, if only Alpha Froakie would shine. I hope it does for you. I'm sitting over here trying to even get like a non-alpha shiny. And I've seen people excited for alphas. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I think that is honestly, I think that's what's going to extend this game's life. I say that without seeing the DLC yet, so I don't know what all is going to be included in that. But I think as far as non-alpha shinies, I think we're probably on the cusp of, you know, getting towards the end of the shelf life. I think it's definitely going to be the alphas that are going to provide longevity, and specifically, like, you know, unevolved Shalfas. I remember when, you know, probably a couple weeks into the game's release, you know, trying to hunt all the static alphas and all the zones, the Whirlipede and the Salamence and the Ampharos, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, if people are playing this game a year from now, the hype streams are going to be the ones like looking for like Shalfa Scatterbug or you know, Shalfa Pidgey. Although that's got a static, but you know what I mean. Like people are going to be like going, you know, crazy over Shalfa Honedge, Shalfa Ekans. I feel like DLC would have made Legends Arceus much more replayable. Yeah, I mean, it certainly brought an extended life for me when they dropped the Arceus DLC with the mass outbreaks. Made it a heck of a lot easier to hunt the starters, which is, at that point, really all I needed, or all I wanted. That added, you know, probably another month onto its replay factor for me. Trying to get the Rowlet line, the Cyndaquil line, and the Oshawott line. I couldn't remember Oshawott's name to save my life. Story-wise, Legends Arceus has like nothing after the main story besides being insane for shiny hunting. Oh, I mean, yeah, true, yeah. There was, yeah, story-wise, there was nothing else. You make a good point there. already 11:40. My goodness, it's 20 minutes until Metroid Prime time. What color were the socks today? Say a random color. I know what color my socks were. Anyone know what color socks I'm wearing right now? If you were here at the beginning of the stream, you would know. Red. Mighty Munchkin going with red. You two saying blue. My socks are in fact red. I'm wearing the Grinch socks from yesterday. What color is everyone's socks? What color socks do you have on right now if you're wearing socks? If you're not wearing socks, just make up a color. Alright, I think we've got time for one more day. Flesh. Periwinkle. Booger bean color. Yucky. How dare you. Black/red. Nice. Black Puma socks. Sweet. Alright, while the days switch into night, I'm going to add a reminder. Actually, I'm just going to do an alarm. I'm not even going to do a reminder. Let me do an alarm for 2 p.m. Grinch socks. Miss the Grinch meal. Your McDonald's out of stocks currently. Rain. Here they are. I'm not supposed to stretch that way. I'm gonna bring you the Grinch, it says on the bottom. And you can't see the top. But they got Cindy Lou, and they got the Grinch, and they got Max, and a McDonald's logo. Sweet pants, thank you. They're my comfy pants. And now I got a cramp in my leg. Don't get old. Speaking of old, I should probably take another Tums just to be safe. It does not say Andy on the bottom of the sock. On the bottom of my foot, yes. Jerry, you know what you should do? And this would be hilarious. On the bottom of your left shoe, on each pair of shoes you have, write in magic marker Andy, or permanent marker, write Andy on the bottom of each left shoe you own, with the end backwards. Never mention it, never bring it up. Occasionally, when you're hanging out with friends or coworkers, put your feet up so that they have the opportunity to see it, but never mention it, never bring it up, never acknowledge it. And if someone says, why does it say Andy on your shoe? Just be like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. It doesn't. And then they say, yes, it does. I'm looking at it right now. And you can just say, like, I don't know what to tell you. What's up, Sir Ralph? Good to see you. Sir Ralph, I did end up getting one shiny Gibble yesterday. I still gotta get 1 to 2 more. That's my owner. That's not something you should tell people. You should not tell people that someone owns you. Brother, these are Adidas, not Andes. Yeah, exactly. Like, dude, you can't even read. It says Adidas, not Andes. Can you tell people you own yourself? That is allowed. I think that's okay. I think that is acceptable. Got to ask, I'm glad to hear it worked out. Yeah, so it's still not 100% though, Ralph. I was able after stream to get the third guaranteed spawn. And soon after that, I was able to get a shiny Gibble. This morning, I tried to get the third guaranteed spawn again, and I was not able to do it. I currently have 2 guaranteed spawns, which I'm okay with. So I still haven't worked out all the kinks. But, yeah. What if I'm okay with being owned? I mean, I would check with your local laws and regulations to make sure that's okay, Razzie. Great band? Which one? Did I say something? Oh, the Kinks. Yes, the Kinks are a great band. Your local psychiatrist. I mean that's probably step 2. That's step 2, Carly. Check the local laws and regulations, see if it's allowed. If it is allowed, then move on to local psychiatrist. Having a shoe store share the same name as yours so the bottom of the shoes say Brett, that'd be pretty wild. What's up, Eric? Dropping the smug sparse. Dunsmug. That's what we called it. Dunsmug. Freaking Dunsmug. 238 checks to get that dang 3-segment to Dunsparce. 238. That way is much more complicated than you said, but it'll make Gibble feel like more of an accomplishment. Yeah, and yeah, I hope you understood. I mean, I know you did, but I still feel a little bad. I always appreciate when people try and help in stream. It's just I am not a good learner at reading messages. Like when I've had people teach me how to do overload spawns, I've literally gotten on game chat with them so they can watch my screen and guide me through it step by step. And that is like how I learn. I learn by doing. On lunch break, not eating lunch too early for lunch? Heck yeah, it's too early for lunch. It's 8:48 a.m. What the heck? Took longer than that Reggie Tato guy. I think, no, Reggie Tato definitely took longer than Dunsparce. But we were well over 2 times odds for Dunsparce. We were almost at 2.5 times odds. Reggie Drago, we were over 4 times odds. 16,840 checks. Never too early for lunch? I don't know. I feel like there is a cutoff. Not excited about doing 3-segment of the mouse. I still have to do the 3-family tandem mouse. Or 3-family mouse hold, I guess. Wanted you to have some candy. Eric, thank you so much for the the $2 dono. Eric, you have a choice to make. Is the choice going to be a Bean Boozled? Or is the choice going to be a toxic waste nuclear fusion hazardous sour candy? What's my thoughts on Netflix buying HBO Max? I don't really have many thoughts on Shiny Cornholio. I was reading some stuff about it the other day as far as what it means financially. I thought that was kind of interesting. Like, for example, Netflix will own 10% of all television viewing, and that could gain around, they're estimating $2.3 billion in ad revenue. As far as content and stuff like that, I don't really have much to say about it yet, because I'm not really sure how it's going to affect anything yet. I mean, the optimistic part of me wants to say that Netflix is just basically buying the catalog and the product, and isn't going to have much influence, if any, on creative. But we'll see what happens. So Eric, what would you like, a bean or a sour candy? Toxic, all right. Toxic it is. And I think there's at least one flavor we haven't tried yet. I want to see if we can get one of those. We haven't tried pineapple passion fruit. So I'm going to see if I can find that. Here we go. What's up, Meta Champion? Happy Sunday. Hope you had a great birthday. That one sounds so good. Oh, I bet you it'll be horrible, and then it'll be good, and then it'll be horrible again. All right, here we go. Pineapple passion fruit. Slowpoke, have a great night, buddy. Oh my. That's sour. That one did take a bit, me too. We're good. Okay. Sour's done. Pineapple's coming up. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Alright. Made it through. Sorry I have a sore throat today, Mode Champion. Okay. Ooh. Alright, pineapple's good. Pineapple's good. Thanks again, Eric. I appreciate you, buddy. Can't wait to eat some real food after stream. Yeah, these are interesting candies. I've never had anything quite like this. So the outside is a mixture of the flavor and some very, very, very sour, like malic acid sourness. And then once that coating wears off, you get a nice candy. Right now I'm enjoying a nice piece of pineapple candy. And then once you get to the middle, it's a second flavor and more of the sour powder. So like you go through the pain of the sourness to enjoy a nice candy, and then when the candy is just about over, it gets terrible again. Pineapple candy, Ken would love that, right? Scrobo, what's going on? Good morning, buddy. Like the worst kind of Sour Patch Kids? I wish these were Sour Patch Kids. I'll tell you what, I tried one last night just to see like if I could handle it, like if it was, you know, if it was a mistake. And I was a little disappointed last night. I was like, oh, that wasn't so bad. Today, they're much worse. I think a combination between the one I got was not terrible and the fact it was just one. But I've had 5 today. Got a new Monster doll, Monster High doll to add to your collection? Nice! The Cupid doll. That's adorable. Love pineapple flavored stuff? I do too. Sour Patch watermelon slices are top 3 candy of all time. I'll have to try those loops. Extra sour warheads are the worst candy. I was surprised they didn't have warheads at the candy store that I went to. I was actually looking for them. They didn't have warheads, and they didn't have any like novelty spicy candies. Closest thing they had was a generic version of Atomic Fireballs, which I did pick up. But I didn't feel like they were extreme enough to do on stream. Plus, they take forever to finish. Redheads are kind of tame nowadays. Big Cheese, are you old enough to remember? There was a very brief period in the early 90s. They had spicy warheads too. Not just sour, they also had spicy warheads. They had like hot apple and hot grape. I liked those more than I did the sour ones. Cake is great. Actually, it has bits that you normally find on top, actually inside the sponge as well. Ooh, nice. No, it does sound like a good cake. Nothing can go wrong with watermelon flavored anything. I agree. All flavors at once? No, I was never that daring. Yeah, spicy. So, Eric, it was one of those things where, like, I was convinced for a while that I was misremembering. And then I did some research. There were actually spicy warheads that were manufactured for, like, 2 years. It was, like, 91 and 92. Or maybe it was, like, 92 and 93. And they were flavors like hot cherry, hot grape, hot apple. And they were just really, really hot. They weren't sour. And then they got rid of them. Now, over the years, they brought them back as, like, Warhead gummy candies. There's, like, occasionally Warhead gummy spicy candies. But these were, like, actual traditional hard Warhead candies, but they were spicy. Okay. And the passion fruit wasn't bad. Sourness, not too bad. That's a good one. I like the pineapple passion fruit. That's a good candy. That's a legitimately good candy. You just, yeah, tough it out through the sourness at the beginning, and you got yourself a good candy. Your year group in high school having to take a few days off after some chili chocolate got passed around? Chili chocolate? Oh my gosh, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. Mm-mm. No, thank you. I don't like the sound of that. That is very yucky. I have to go back. Have an amazing day, everyone. You too, Eric. Have an amazing day. And we will be ending here in just a minute or two. Just waiting for the day to end. Nothing today other than the Sandile, the Drillbur, and the Machop. But we didn't get the Gible. We didn't get the Tepig, we didn't get the Charmander, which is disappointing. I will be continuing these hunts off stream? Question mark? I don't know if I will, actually. I don't know if I will. So here's what's going to be happening with me for this week. I am deep into Metroid Prime 4 now. So that's going to be taking up a lot of my time at home. I will still be AFKing Zone 20 at night and when I'm at work, trying to finish off those last 8 I need, including the Glaceon. But I don't know how much time I'm actually going to be investing in this game this week. At least for the first few days. When the DLC comes out, that'll be different. We will be playing the DLC on Saturday. There's a Glaceon. Is it shiny? It is not shiny. We will be playing the DLC next weekend. So I will probably not play a lot of this game the rest of today, tomorrow, or Tuesday, or Wednesday. I think the DLC is probably going to come out Wednesday night. I will fire it up and do that. So by next Saturday, we should be shiny hunting in the DLC, which is exciting. Who knows what these numbers. Who knows what these numbers are going to change to next time we're on stream. But guys, thank you so much for hanging out today. You guys have been a beautiful audience. You're wonderful people. Have a great rest of your day. Good luck to everyone doing community day like me. Hope we all get the shinies we want. Do something nice for someone today just because it's the right thing to do and for no other reason. Yeah, I'm sure I will see you guys in other streams this week. Take care. Be good. And bye bye.